Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLeamy, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Welcome to the EntreArchitect Studio. Hi, my name is Mark R. LePage, and you are listening to EntreArchitect Podcast, where every Friday I speak with inspiring, passionate people who share their knowledge and expertise, all to help you build a better business as a small firm entrepreneur architect. EntreArchitect Studio is a series of special bonus episodes where I invite inspiring, passionate people to share their knowledge and information about the building products and the services to help you build better buildings. I'm glad you're here. Let's go see who's joining us today at the EntreArchitect Studio. And one more quick note before we get started. This episode was recorded live at AIA Conference in Chicago at the ARCAT booth under the Big Red A. So please enjoy the background noise as an added feature to this episode. Let's get to it. So who are you and what do you do?
My name is Xantal Tejada, and I am the sustainability specialist at Kingspan Insulated Panels, North America.
All right. Well, so explain what Kingspan insulated panels are. What are they and how do they work?
So they're metal insulation panels, and basically they help to create like the envelope for building structures. They improve energy efficiency, for example, and they're really well rated in terms of embodied carbon. We're less than our competitors and other types of insulation or walls.
What makes them low embodied carbon?
So that's an interesting question. Part of it is like the actual materials that go into it. But another part of it is the actual operations and the things that we do as part of our sustainability plan, like improving energy efficiency or procurement of renewable energy. We're also trying to get solar PV in all of our own facilities. So things like that reduce the embodied carbon in specific products. And really, we're trying to do that in any way that we can, not only for the products and the embodied carbon, but for the impact that we have as a manufacturer.
Right. So just to clarify for anybody who's listening who doesn't understand embodied carbon, it's the carbon that's created in the entire process, right, of creating the product from the very, very, very beginning of taking the materials out of the ground all the way through to delivery and installation and application, correct?
Yeah, and it's even to disposal, right? So I believe embodied carbon is about 11% of global greenhouse gas emissions. So that's a huge number if you think about it. It is the whole life cycle of a product and eventually a building, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I want to talk about the sustainability of Kingspan, but before we do that, talk more about the product and its benefits and its features, and what makes it a product that architects should be specifying.
So there's a couple of things. Like I mentioned, energy efficiency is improved with the envelope, and the products really lend themselves to that. And there's a different type of product that you can really have depending on what you are looking for. But I would say more than anything, this is where the world is moving towards. You want to partner with and you want to purchase products that are trying to improve and not negatively impact the world. And that's really what Kingspan is trying to do. So on top of the just general efficiency of the product and on top of the performance of the product, you have all of these positive impacts that not only Kingspan, our division of Kingspan, is trying to do, but the whole group of Kingspan is trying to do. So I think it's sort of two-sided. In terms of the products, you have what you need, and they are really great rated in terms, again, of performance. But then you go a step further, and you understand that the impact that you can have by choosing something like Kingspan. I would say Kingspan, I'm biased, but the impact that you can also have is a choice.
Right. So does it come in different textures and colors, and how does it, in terms of an aesthetic selection, how does it compare to other products that would end up on a building like that?
So I can't fully talk about that just because I don't come from a construction background, so I don't understand the specs and things like that.
Yeah, no, I was just curious.
Yeah.
So we can let's stick to the sustainability plan. Talk about what that is. Why did Kingspan create this? So it sounds like it's a program. So explain what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yeah, so it's called Planet Passionate, and it's a 10-year program in which we basically have decided to put very ambitious goals upon ourselves in the areas of energy, carbon, water, and circularity. And there's a couple of reasons for that, but the main one is we understand the impact that we have and the responsibility that we have as a company to lead by example, but also to manage the impact that we're actually having. So we chose energy, carbon, circularity because they're very material to the business. We consume a lot of energy because we're a manufacturer. The waste is a byproduct of production, and then carbon is also a byproduct of production in some cases. Water is not all that material for us. We do not use that much water, but it's something that we understand is going to be very scarce in the future, and therefore we want to have an impact on it as well. So we have hefty goals. For example, we're talking about embodied carbon. We're trying to get 60% direct renewable energy by 2030. We're trying to get solar PV into all of our sites. So that's only for energy, but then we're also trying to become and will become net zero manufacturers by 2030, which is for carbon, and it's an intense goal. All of these are very intense goals, but they feed off each other and they sort of move us forward. It's with Kingspan, it's a company that I think you don't necessarily believe it to be true in the sense that it's a unicorn, you know?
Yeah.
It's one of those companies that say that they want to talk and work and do everything that they can on sustainability, but they also do it even when it's not necessarily what makes the most financial sense. And I think it doesn't make the most financial sense, but it is the responsible thing to do. And it is what moves the world forward, I guess, in the direction that we want to be part of. And I think that speaks volumes, you know?
Yeah. Is there any information that architects can online maybe to learn more about what you're doing?
Yeah. So there's it's called a white paper for just comparing different wall systems, and so it compares the quad core to two different wall systems, and so you can see sort of the impact that each of these systems have, and it compares it. It wasn't done necessarily by Kingspan, so it's a third party. It's very neutral.
Yeah.
And the goal really is for architects to understand, well, anyone who wants to read the white paper, to understand what impact their choices have and how that translates to, impact on the environment. So embodied carbon, or the impact that it has in terms of specific global warming potential,
Yeah. All right. What else do you want to share before we wrap things up?
Well, I mean, I would just say it's incredibly important that more manufacturers continue moving this way. Unfortunately, we're not in an incredibly populated road down to sustainability, and we would like to be. That's the goal. We want to be able to compete on, not only the grounds of performance, but also of sustainability and how we impact the environment. I think we need to start really thinking about the ways in which our decisions have that impact, and if we're okay with the impact that we're currently having. And if we're not, just knowing that many people are moving forward in that direction, and we want more people to join.
Yeah.
So
that's what it sounds like. It sounds like Kingspan has made a decision to make a difference.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it whether the rest of the industry moves in that direction or not. And they're hoping that they will be a leader, so others will come and follow and do similar things and be inspired by what Kingspan is doing.
Yeah. And it's honestly, like, for me, working at Kingspan, like, it's on a personal level, I can tell you that it's incredibly inspiring, because it's like a unicorn. It's a company that is actually investing in sustainability, and it's from the top down. It's in all the levels, and that matters. Forming that sort of culture of sustainability and of care, because really we also have that social part of it. So forming that type of culture as an employee, it makes you proud to work for them,
Yeah.
And I would hope that our clients also feel proud when they choose us. Not only because of the performance, I'm very happy about the performance, but there's so much more to Kingspan as well.
Yeah, very interesting. I appreciate you coming by and sharing the story about Kingspan. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you liked this episode of the EntreArchitect Podcast, please share a rating on your podcast player right now. Go ahead, click 5 stars. Then write a review and share a link to this special episode with a friend. This episode of the EntreArchitect Studio, it was brought to you by ARCAT, the online resource delivering quality building material information, CAD details, BIM, specifications, and so much more, all for free at arcat.com. Go check them out, arcat.com. EntreArchitect is a member of Gable Media, the largest, most engaged podcast network in the world that's dedicated exclusively to the AEC industry. Listen and subscribe to all the shows at gablemedia.com. That's GABL media.com. If you offer building products or serve the AEC industry and you want to join me here at the EntreArchitect Studio, let's connect. Send me an email at podcast@entrearchitect.com. That's podcast@entrearchitect.com. Thanks for listening to this special episode here at the EntreArchitect Studio. I'll be back with our next regular episode of the EntreArchitect Podcast this Friday. Until then, love, learn, and share what you know.
Imagine earning continuing education credits while doing exactly what you're doing right now. Well, you can. Gable Media has revolutionized the way you earn your continuing education credits with a groundbreaking approach. Forget running around town and scouring the internet for credit-worthy courses. Fulfill your CE requirements effortlessly by listening to engaging podcasts just like the one you're listening to now. Our podcasts are designed to educate, entertain, and inspire, all in a user-friendly environment. But wait, there's more. Architects, Gable Media is also approved as an AIA continuing education services provider. Upon completion, we handle everything, from reporting your hours directly to the AIA to storing your certificates in your personal Gable Media profile for your self-reporting needs. So follow the link in the show notes and start earning your credits in the most innovative and entertaining way possible with Gable Media.
Attention architects and creative minds, get ready to supercharge your brand with Build Your Brand, the podcast that's unlocking the secrets of branding success for creatives. Hey there, it's Mark Arlepage, founder of EntreArchitect, and I'm inviting you to join my friend, architect marketing expert Jeff Eccles at Build Your Brand podcast, where he explores the captivating stories of the world's top brands and transforms their lessons into powerful moves for small firm architects and creatives like you. In Season 1, Jeff shares the thrilling tale of Southwest Airlines, where he dissects their journey to the summit and distills it into strategies tailor-made for you.
It's important to keep in mind that companies like Southwest compete in the real world, just like you, and face real-world challenges, just like you. You might be surprised at how similar those challenges are to the struggles that you grapple with on a day-to-day basis.
Don't miss out on your blueprint for success. Subscribe, tune in, and let's build your brand together.
You may have noticed that the very best brands in the world are also known for having somewhat unique corporate cultures. That's often the glue that holds everything together when they encounter those rough spots.
We don't do it because it inconveniences the passengers to whom we are primarily dedicated, the short haul, frequent flyer.
Follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Your Brand today. Remember, no matter the size, the journey's the same. Your brand's journey to the top starts here.